Questions for Mr. Celente. I'll get right into them because I know you're pressed for time. Here, 10 minutes remaining, it looks like.
15.
Yeah, the government turning on the people. I'm an air traffic controller, 20-year veteran. I've been out of work now for three years fighting a legal battle. Basically, I had a bunch of people. I'm a gun owner up here in Wisconsin. We need a new governor, by the way. Hope we get one. And I'm a gun owner who a lot of people felt a certain way about. I won't get into details. But long story short, I was removed from my position with no criminal background, no intent, and I've been listening to Alex Jones now for quite a while about information about government turning on their own. And
well, hold on. I've read about Wisconsin. You guys have open carry, but if you do try to do it and exercise your right, they arrest you. Are you that guy?
Well, I'm the guy that's been accused of going to go postal on my job as an air traffic controller. I lost my job and everything, and I'm in a legal battle, depleting my own savings accounts that I've saved up over the last 15 years. 20-year veteran. I've been in Washington, Chicago. I've been everywhere, Pittsburgh. And I had some people here locally that turned on me and claimed that, well, his religion is weird. He's a Christian. He reads the Bible.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just like lawyers tell women. It's on record. Say he's threatening you so we can put the restraining order on you so we can kick him out of the house. Then he'll settle for more money in the divorce. This is a nation where they've trained everybody to basically just lie about everyone. What's your quick question for Gerald Celente?
I was leading into that because just giving you a little background on myself there. Gerald, how do you feel about guys like me that have been working for our own government? And, you know, we've done our job. I've even had a promotion to go back to Chicago Tower. And, you know, people turning on us like this, stereotyping us psychologically. And that's another weird thing. I actually had to go to one of their doctors, and they gave me a diagnosis, which I've never had in my entire life and never been treated for anything. They insisted that I was being treated for something. It's a real weird case. I should be up.
Look, hold on. That's an old trick. They had a lot of war profiteering in World War II in the U.S. with junky planes and things. And if a pilot complained about the sticking or problems with things, they would just, you know, give them a mental patient listing with the paid-for shrinks. So that's obviously your question dealing with that. Gerald Celente.
Well, it's anybody that steps out of line. If you don't tow it, you're gone. They'll cut you loose. And again, as the country conforms more and more into single think, single shop, single eat, single buy, if you're not with them, you're against them. You've heard that one before. So no, this is a time. But on the other end of it, as Alex pointed out, you know, you can do it. You can create your own future. There's great opportunities there. And I would only suggest to you, having been involved in legal things before, that as much as you could move your life forward in a new direction, you know, cut the past and move forward. Find a niche. There are plenty of them out there and plenty of them to be filled. So that would be my recommendation to you. Yeah, keep going and doing what you're doing, but also start looking for a new direction.
Exactly. You know, have a lot of different irons in the fire, and one's going to hit, some aren't. I mean, that's how you, I mean, it's kind of like putting a trot line out with 50 hooks on it. I mean, you know, when you get up in the morning, there's going to be some big catfish and bass and other things on it. I mean, you just put out 100 hooks, and you're going to catch something, but you can't count on just one hook. Let's talk to David in New Jersey. David, you're on the air.
Get it up yet?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
I'm in a chat room right now with some of the head moderators of your own message board, and they're counting on me right now. It's all or nothing, sir. And I have to plug a website, if you don't mind. The guy who I talked to just before he took my name and everything said it's okay, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. We don't even really screen calls, David. What do you? Gerald Celente's here. Do you have any questions or comments for him? You're talking about a website. What's going on?
I have to plug a website, sir.
Okay.
Is that okay?
No, we're here to talk to Gerald Celente. I mean, do you have a question for Gerald Celente?
No, I didn't. My timing is off then.
I'm going to put you on hold then and come back to you later, David. I mean, come on. We got Gerald Celente here. This guy, I mean, he's a great guy. He's in demand all over the world. We've got him here for you to be able to ask him important questions, okay? I mean, be polite to our guests. That's my only issue. We have open phones all the time. Zach in Florida. Zach in Florida, you're on the air with Gerald Celente of TrendsResearch.com.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me on. I threw in my frickin' 25 towards freedom. Thanks. But yeah, actually, Gerald Celente, I wanted to ask you about, like, gold and basically, like, as a currency in the United States, or maybe China going down the gold road.
Yeah, everything's buying into gold. Anybody?
I know. But like, maybe the Chinese people might raise up and take what freedom, because they're kind of getting the middle class side here, or they think that they have themselves. Yeah.
Will the Chinese people fight for freedom? They don't have a chance. It's a totalitarian government. You get out of line, you're going to be whacked out really quick. And by the way, you know, the hypocrisy of this country. You can't do any business with Cuba over there. Oh, no, those commies. But those Chinese commies, you know, look, China has 1.3 billion people and 1 million problems. China doesn't export. China doesn't make any money. You're going to see China start becoming really aggressive in the coming years as the world economy slows down and they have a lot of unrest on their hands. The greatest fear, by the way, and the only way America could ever possibly beat the Chinese, they'll never beat them in a war. They can't beat the Afghans. They haven't beat the Iraqis. They ain't going to beat the Chinese. The only way to beat the Chinese is with our brains. But unfortunately, not only did we export all our jobs there, Siemens, GE, you name the company, they exported our brains there too. So no, the Chinese, there's not going to be any middle-class uprising. If there is, boy, they'll get whacked down as soon as they could blink their eye.
All right.
Also,
go ahead, Zach.
Hey, but yeah, also I was also looking at what are the chances of the Chinese going and playing the hero against the United States in the Middle East?
Well, look, they both got nuclear weapons, but you did have that thing with the bomber drill from China via Turkey, showing that Turkey has left the fold. We're seeing a lot of repositioning the old chessboard geopolitically, Gerald.
Yeah, China's in with Iran. I mean, they need their oil. China's buying up. China's already in Afghanistan trying to pull out more rare earth minerals and natural resources. They've already cut deals. China's in Brazil. China's going worldwide. You know, you go into any of the Asian countries, Vietnam, Indonesia, you go on anywhere, you have huge Chinese populations.
They've already supplanted the Japanese as the second biggest economy.
Yeah, but they're also in all these other countries as the major economic force within them. You know, China's going to be the greatest threat to the world. There's no question about it. And I said the only way that the Americans could possibly win this war is a war of the mind.
But the globalists...
But they're taking our innovation away from us, so we don't even have that card to play anymore.
Well, I see the CFR 30 years ago saying that the future of the New World Order is China. They give them all our jobs. They can have tariffs on us. We can't have tariffs on them. They're giving all the resources. Australia is just giving all their raw metal, steel, iron, gold to them, industrial metals. It's all happening, and they're being built up. They're being armed. They're being set up. It's just incredible. A few final calls with Gerald Celente of TrendsResearch.com. This is the live global transmission of the 2010 Infowars Moneybomb. Please donate at Infowars.com or InfowarsMoneybomb.com. I want to thank everybody that is donating. Let's talk to Jeff in Florida. You're on the air with Gerald Celente. Go ahead, Jeff. Okay, exciting phone call there. Thank you, Jeff. Adam in the Rockies. Adam calling from the Rocky Mountains somewhere. Adam, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Gerald. Thank you for taking my call. I want to thank you both for your continuing efforts to educate the brain-dead masses out there. I'm Canadian, raised upper middle class. I've been awake to the common law since I was a child, thanks to my grandfather. University educated, double major, psychology, philosophy, minor in computer sciences. I quit fourth year because I refused to acquiesce to the Machiavellian programming. I'm educated in global business network, trained in scenario programming and strategic forecasting. I also have certifications from U.S. Department of Defense for information security and electronic warfare. I'm currently the director of IT for an electronic financial services company. I do have a big question for Gerald. Gerald, I'm buying a sailboat so I can flee to international waters. How long do you think I have to escape Canada?
Okay, so specifically, what's your question for Gerald?
How long do I have to get out of Canada before the hammer falls?
Did Gerald just drop again? Okay, we'll just do 5 more minutes with him so we can answer that question. Video Skype is great, but it drops occasionally. This is the 3rd time it's happened. Just tell him we're going to do like 7 more minutes, just a few minutes to the next hour, then we'll get Tarpley on. Fleeing into international water. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a total, road warrior thing unless it's down the road. Gerald Celente, are you back?
Yeah, we're back. I wouldn't worry about leaving Canada. Canada is going to be one of the better places to be in a time of disruption and upheaval. And as bad as it is there, as we saw with the G20 meeting in Toronto, with them spending over $1 billion to protect 20 guys and their entourage, they could become pretty fascist as well. But I wouldn't worry about the sailboat. And by the way, when we talk about China, Alex, if you want to see the China card being played, look what they did to Japan when they had that incident with the Japanese taking a Chinese trawler. What did the Chinese do? They cut off the rare earth minerals going into Japan. China controls 93% of the rare earth minerals, the things that make those computer screens work, the things that they need in wind turbines and high technology.
Yeah, the Chinese are smart because in Africa, I was reading an Economist article last month, in Australia, in the United States, I just saw a Houston Chronicle article where they just leased 600,000 acres of premium oil and gas. So our own oil companies are pulling out. They're drilling here. The Chinese are smart.
Yep. Yes, they are.
We're going to take one final call for Gerald Celente and then let him have closing comments. Then we're going to go to the last of that Ron Paul speech you were hearing for about 5-6 minutes and then get Webster Griffin Tarpley on with us. Rusty in Arkansas, you're on the air. Final caller for the Trends Forecaster, trendsresearch.com, Gerald Celente.
Hey there, I just want to say thanks to all the Info Warriors for donating so far to the cause, and I'd like to promote that some more. Please donate more to Infowars.com and send the link out to anybody you know with a little bit of cash that they can spare so we can help this cause. Mr. Celente, what is your whole take on the oil spill in the Gulf, and what do you think about some of the construction companies actually profiting more, and it looks like they're lending, the banks are lending for more construction. What were your comments on that, and where do you think that this terror attack might take place that you speak of?
All right, he's having a lot of Skype problems, and we're about to end the interview, but I'll be able to ask him that question, but being sarcastic here, Rusty, Gulf oil spill, what's the problem? Obama says core exit's not bad for you and there's no health issues. Doesn't matter if the life expectancy from the Exxon Valdez cleanup with the same chemicals, 51. That's cutting 24 years off the average male life expectancy. Gerald, what's your take on the Gulf oil spill and what do you see happening with construction? That's Rusty's question.
The Gulf oil, it's a disaster. I love the names they give it. Again, a white shoe boy name, corrects it. It kills you, corrects it. No, it's much worse than they've made it out to be. Everyone knows it's a cover-up, and it should be expected because that's what they do. Construction, you don't need to build another thing in this country. We're overbuilt, overstored. Rejuvenate the great that's dilapidating. Go into these older cities that have beautiful structures that need to be restored.
Gerald, interrupt. I want you to continue. We sent a camera crew in the upcoming film to Detroit, and I'm watching this high-def footage on the big screen editing television, and it is marble, it is columns, it is carvings, thousands of gorgeous buildings, things I would love to live in, and they'll give them to you for free. Why build some new tar paper wooden piece of crud overpriced? Why not go in and fix these beautiful things that could last thousands of years?
Exactly, and that's what the Renaissance is, a rediscovery of the greatness, not the crap that they put up now, steel with foam around it. I mean, come on. You know, so this is the construction.